School Leaving Celebration 2020 of Belmont Academy.
Pleasure as Education Officer with supervisory responsibilities for this distinguished institution to proffer warm and sincere greetings on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. For this year's graduating class, the COVID-19 outbreak has meant the cancellation of a long-awaited graduation ceremony. However, graduation is about more than walking across the stage to collect a certificate. It marks the beginning of the next phase of your life, which is worth celebrating even in these difficult times.
Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. Thank you.
My name is Keynote Simpson, Chairman of the Board, and it is my pleasure and honor to bring you a message on behalf of the Board of Management. The Board of Management applauds Belmont Academy for its unrelenting dedication to quality learning and absolute commitment to excellence, as our school motto behooves us.
We began the year with such promise and enthusiasm, thanks to the success of our CSEC students last year and the tremendous fight of the under 14, under 16 and D-Cup teams respectively. January 2020, and everything changed. Closure of school in early March, before we could have completed SBAs and write exams. What a year! What lessons! Teachers and staff, I must thank you for your awesome work during this turbulent time. You rose like true heroes and champions, every single one of you using your own data to instruct students. And parents, you made tremendous sacrifices in ensuring that approximately 75% of students were logging on daily. I want to say a special thanks to the transportation providers, especially those who assisted with the resumption for revision leading to CSEC exam. Your efforts were simply inspirational. Many of you students were more diligent than we could have imagined, and I commend you for sticking to the task by allowing yourselves to be engaged educationally during this most challenging of times. As you prepare to write your external exams, I urge that you will prepare well and that you will take every precaution as you brave the situations daily. I pray that you will come to appreciate the sanctity of lives and to preserve the relationships with families, friends, loved ones, teachers, and all people. As you grapple with life and the various novelties that are coming at you with such pace and vehemence, spare a thought for your own consciousness and spirituality. Be purposeful, prayerful, and persistent in your search for excellence.
Now, we're not going to leave you yet, but we have an important message that we want you to listen to.
I'm telling you, for just loving yourself. I mean,
I'm not worried about tomorrow. My life is in the Father's hands. And I'm not worried about my sorrows. I'm here at His command. Ooh, yeah. Watch me, Lord, in my time of need. I beg you to just watch us, Lord, today. Without you, there's no other way. Listen up, this is Christopher Martin. And I want to say greetings to the Board of Management, to the Principal, Mr. Ryan Simpson, to the staff members, to the teachers, to the parents, to the students, and to the graduates of the Belmont Academy. It is with great pleasure that I am here today. I'm so happy to be here today. I know how hard your principal worked to make this occasion possible. You understand? So I could not miss it for the world. Not even COVID couldn't stop me. Special greetings to the guest speaker, Dr. Alvin Day. Enough respect. Now listen up. Today it's all about you. You. The graduates. I want to say congratulations on completing 5th and 6th forms. And I want you to say enough respect to your teachers and to your parents for all the support and for being there for you. You understand? So tell me, where would you be, Lord? Where would you be without your mama, your teachers and your daddy? Listen.
from your love, your mama make me see your hand. So bust a blank for your mama, lighter for your mama. Selector, you better pull up the one you for your mama. Proud of your mama, sing loud for your mama. Yeah, I make you know you're happy. She bring you come here. From your heart, tell me sing this one. From your love, your mama like this man. There's no one like my mama, no.
Bust a blank for your daddy, do you hear me? With honor.
Just like you, yeah. No, if you don't know them, daddy, thank God me know mine and him take care of me. Daddy, I'm a general.
Martin and dancing to the fullest, man. Yeah, man. Graduates, today for you, it is definitely a big deal. Very, very big deal. It is definitely a big deal.
I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal. Yeah, we're kinda important. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. And my friends are some big deals. Very, very, very important. For real. This has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. This one is all about self-worth.
I'm supposed to leave you with any amount of advice. I would definitely tell you to stay friends. Yeah, man, stay friends. All those relationships that you have developed over the years, I encourage that you keep them long past your years and past your days at Belmont. You understand? I know you know the term. Good friends better than pocket money. You understand? This I want you for my friend Dale, for my friend Dale. Ones are true and them not sell out. Big up the Belmont friend Dale, defend him. Country straight back to town.
I don't want you for my friend them, for my friend them. The ones that true and not sell out. That one you for my friend them, for my friend them. When not about for the money alone. This I want you for my friend them, me defend them. From country straight back to town.
Big up all the real friends, you understand? So, yeah man, thank you so much. I'm so happy I was allowed to share in this experience, to share in this occasion. Go forth with grace, you understand? Safety over your lives, wanting and dancing to the fullest. Bless up.
But life is the most expensive thing, I tell you. Life, everything is cheap once you can buy. But life is the most expensive thing, I tell you. Life, but everything is cheap, cheap, cheap. Man dirt poor, but right now I'm bathing. If we want do it every night, we can go raving. Yeah, me spend a little, but a lot I want me saving. Think me wouldn't ready now. So me set aside a lot just for the rainy days. Them give some to Chini for the church for the praising. And then me have some to me link it, them I'm aping. Them know them sing already now, no. Life is the most expensive thing, I tell you. Life, everything is cheap once you can buy. But life is the most expensive thing, I tell you. Life, but everything is cheap. Anyway, hey, don't you know the ghetto, me born and raised.
Master of Ceremony, Board of Governors, Principal, Deputy Principal, Ministry of Education, teachers, members of staff, PTA representative, parents, friends, and last but not least, my fellow graduates, a pleasant afternoon to you all. We proudly stand here today as the valedictorians of the class of 2020. This prestigious title gives us a chance to give a retrospective glimpse of our entry, stay, and now exit from this noble institution of excellence, Belmont Academy, where hard work, determination, and discipline were demanded of us in order to uphold the high standard of excellence that the institution is known for.
Dr. Seuss once said, "You have brains in your heads, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are on your own and you know what you know. You are the one who decides where to go." This special group of students faced many challenges throughout our journey over the past 5 years. Some students wanted to give up when the going was really tough, but with resilience, concentration, and confidence, we were successful to the very end.
Just look at us now.
Teachers were now our parents and our personal mentors who helped us through our teenage years. Throughout the years, we developed strong friendships and we experienced the true high school life little by little.
Do you remember the teachers' race last year when our vice principal, Mrs. Kedwood, ran and fell? We still don't understand how she was done in slow motion and still topple over. That was a race to remember. We can also look back at an outstanding careers day when we had free massages, mind-blowing robots, and sensitization into our future courses.
The great Martin Luther King Jr. would say, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Don't be a keeper, don't be a sleeper, but be a reaper." Why? Because as Mr. Jeremy Jones would say, if you want it, plant it, so now it's time to reap. If our minds can conceive it and our hearts can believe it, then we can achieve it.
Big shout out to the ground staff. Mrs. Samuels, we will always remember you as the man that walks and shakes every tree before sweeping to ensure that all dry leaves are removed. Big up Miss Sally, who is always looking out for us, and a hearty thank you to the entire Ginger crew. Respect due. Not to forget our kitchen staff for getting up out of their bed early in the morning to prepare lunch. Thank you. To my fellow graduates, ahead of us stands all the years we are yet to live. We are just embarking upon this grand adventure called life. Tell yourself every single day to shoot for the stars, to be the best you can be. Graduates, let us keep the torch of Belmont Academy brightly lit as a beacon wherever we go. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it. Thank you.
Belmont Academy, please, I ask you to stand. Stand with me as we give Dr. Alvin Day a warm Belmont Academy welcome.
Belmont, good afternoon. How are you today? Wonderful. You may be seated. You may be seated. Well, what a wonderful day this is. I know that your face may be hidden partially behind a mask, but that cannot in any way douse the excitement that you must be feeling today. After all the years of struggle and hard work and hustling to do your homework and to get your grades, you've finally done this. Today is graduation day. What an amazing day it is. I am so excited for you. So excited for you. But I want to make sure first, before I go any further, that I'm talking with the right Belmont Academy, that I'm talking with the right people. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and when I ask these questions, if they apply to you, I want you to say, Say I from the bottom of your belly. Yeah? If the answer to this question relates to you, then shout out I when I ask it. Is this the Belmont Academy? The blazing Belmont that in 2017 improved from being school number 32 to number 13 in the entire island of Jamaica. Is this the Belmont of which you are a part? Say aye. I can't hear you. I don't know if you feel the power that represents. Let me ask you another question. I know you're under the mask. You have to say this from the bottom of your belly. Is this the Belmont Academy that despite the fact that you're only 11 years old as a school, has already produced the #1 TVET student in the entire country of Jamaica? If that's the school you belong to, say aye. I hear you. I hear you. Congratulations to all of you. You don't take second place to anybody, do you? Are you #1 or are you not #1? Say, I'm #1. I'm #1. I don't hear you. I don't know if you feel it. How many of you do not agree with the idea of taking second place or third place or not placing the race of life? You know inside you that you were born for greatness. And as you walk out of the doors of Belmont Academy, whatever you encounter, you're going to strive to be leader, to be winner, to be #1. If that is you, shout out loudly, I. Okay. Okay. I'm very proud of you again, and I wish you all the best in the world, as they would say, as you get ready now to take on the next phase of your life. I don't want you to mistake what you heard from the principal. Principal Simpson, I'm very grateful for your introduction. You've been so kind. But ladies and gentlemen, you heard Principal Simpson talk about me working in different parts of the world and working with massive companies around the world, having a business that takes me international and so forth. I don't want you to misunderstand and think that I am some important person that is different, who's different from you. I want to give you the other side of the story. You see, everything that Principal Simpson said was right, but it's not the whole truth. You see, deep inside, I'm a little boy, a little 6-year-old, 7-year-old boy growing up barefoot and penniless in the countryside of Kingston, Jamaica, and the country in Clarendon. I spent most of my life in Frankfield, Clarendon. And in that place, I had no pedigree, I had no respectability, I had nothing to show in terms of dignity that people would ascribe to me. You see, when I was a little boy, I grew up for 20 years of my life without electricity. I studied my primary school exam without electricity. I passed my 5th form exam without electricity. I did my 6th form at Knox College without electricity. The rest of my life I'd spent at Edwin Allen High School. Can anybody say home, sweet home? That's how I grew up in Jamaica. A little boy who at 10, 11 years old was afraid of duppy, had to leave the home and go outside if he wanted to go to the bathroom, to a toilet, a pit latrine, an outhouse. That's the way that I grew up. And sometimes my friends would tease me. Sometimes people would not expect much of me. Even some of my teachers did not believe that I would make it. But I will tell you that the thing that saved my life was that my grandmother took me into this place called Frankfield, and she taught me words of life. She said, boy, when little children look at you and they don't expect much of you, when adults look at you and they tell you that you're nothing, do not believe them. Because on the outside, what they see looks like a caterpillar. They just see a little worm. But if you will trust in God, if you will work hard, if you will go to school and get everything you can out of your teachers, if you will be respectful, if you stay away from the kids who want to do bad things and to waste time, one day you are going to grow up and your wings are going to come out and you're going to learn how to fly. I believed my grandmother, and because of her today, I'm alive and doing well. I came today to be that little voice over the next few minutes to share with you the notion that whether or not you believe it, you were born for greatness. And if you will just stick with what you know to be right and work hard and not play when you should be working, but play to celebrate, if you will do the right thing and trust in God, you will grow into somebody whom the skeptics and the unbelievers would not believe, because one day your wings will come out. I know this from personal experience. So when you hear about somebody who has a massive company around the world, please remember that the raw material is a simple child growing up on the ground. Yes? So with that in mind, I would like to share some things with you. You're graduating. It's a wonderful thing. And I want to share my screen with you to talk about what it takes to do in the world what you have done at Belmont Academy. You have done extraordinarily well. You've gotten A's. Some of you have been parts of the 70s club. Some of you have won medals and trophies and so forth. You have the respect, and you have successfully gone to the place where the school is going to give you a certificate and say, you have succeeded. It is time to go. And the question is, now that your life is in front of you, what does it take to get that same kind of performance or better in life, in the world, so that you can grow up to have dignity and respect and power and money and friends and family, that all whom love you? And I will tell you that if you want to be that successful and more, you have to get an A in your life in 3 areas: attitude, aptitude, and altitude. Let's talk about them. The first one, of course, is attitude. I will tell you that it is your responsibility today that you're graduating, if you have not done so before, to make a decision in your mind that you are a person of great, good, wonderful attitude. Because it's a decision that you make. And you make a decision that says, irrespective of the circumstances of my life, even though I'm in a pandemic, even though there is some sort of curfew on and there's some sort of security force running around the streets and things are not as free as they need to be, those things are external circumstances. And inside me, in my thought life, I am a positive, optimistic person. I am going to go through life knowing that I'll get a chance to sing my song. I am feeling like I am jumping out of the skies and enjoying the clouds. I will raise my hands in victory, knowing that there is success ahead of me. Because I tell you this, and this is a very sad thing to share with you, the vast majority of people you meet will not be that way. The vast majority of people you meet are from the dark side. They curse the darkness, but you will light a candle. When you ask them, how you doing, how things going, they'll tell you, sure, not now go on, things rough, see me, you make a mash up, and you'll go, no, but look, you're healthy. Oxygen is still free. Look, the sky is beautiful, the plants are growing, not everything is perfect, but life is good. You will represent the light in the darkness. And the reason I so strongly recommend that to you, that you make that decision today, that you're a person of positive, optimistic attitude, is because never in my life, and I'm a little over 29, okay? Never in my life have I ever met a successful person who has a bad attitude. Somehow they don't go together. Now, you have moments, yes? There are moments when you visit the dark side. You have to cry, you have to be sad. You cuss and moan a little bit from time to time, but it is not your default state. You keep coming back to de facto standard. I'm hopeful, I have hopes and dreams and aspirations in life. You cannot succeed sustainably unless you have a great attitude. It will draw people to you and will draw success to you. Get an A in that, and your life is well on its way. Here's the other one. Aptitude, meaning skills, capabilities, capacity, learning, development, growth. Please, please, at all costs, do not think that graduation is the end. Oh, a synonym for graduation in our culture is commencement, which is beginning. Begin this journey with excellence now that you've graduated. Go to college, get a college degree, get a couple college degrees. Look for the best company you can find in your field. Get a great job. Pay attention to the training. Get some apprenticeship. Let somebody teach you and coach you and mentor you so that your brain's capacity will grow and you'll have more inside to give to yourself and to the world. If you do not get an A in aptitude, it's likely that you'll go through life as a burden on society. It's likely that when you leave, people will whisper bad things about you. I say to you that if you really desire success and not failure permanently, if you really desire to make a positive impact in the world, commit yourself today, the day of graduation. Commit yourself to the notion that you will never stop learning. You'll never stop growing. And then you're going to apply it so that you can become a social, emotional, financial, physical success. And so you can come back and help the ones who helped you get there. This is important. And it's a transition to the third A you need in your life. It's called altitude. Someday, you're going to wake up and it's almost going to feel like a surprise to you. You will look around and imagine what it will be like one day when you see yourself with that red sports car and you have this job where they call you manager, or you've started your own business and you're the CEO of the business. You're putting your money in the bank and taking it out and taking a flight to Miami just to shop. You're coming back to Jamaica with information and products to help Jamaica. Imagine what it's like when people shake your hand and call you Mr. So-and-so, Dr. So-and-so, Honorable so-and-so. There is a point in the life of a little boy or a little girl who, like me, might not have come from anywhere special, from the bush, from the rural country. We're like the caterpillar. If he's just diligent or she's just diligent to stay in the sun, eat a leaf, stay in the sun, eat a leaf, work on yourself, trust in God. Don't jump off the vine because you want to go with the hummingbirds. You're not ready yet, and you work on yourself and you build your attitude and you build your aptitude and you build your skill. One day that caterpillar's belly begins to rumble and the chest breaks open and out come these wings that are colorful and captivating and kaleidoscopic, and caterpillar moves these wings just naturally. And the caterpillar moves these wings and finds after a while that it is soaring far above the place where it had spent its entire life. It can just float on the wind, and the freedom is captivating. There's going to come that point in your life if you're just diligent now, if you go through the pain now, if you learn the skills of recognizing that things that happen in the circumstances of your life are not you, that when all hell is breaking around you in the neighborhood, that they're not you, that unless somebody cuts your skin or hurts you physically, everything is external to you, but that inside is where you exist, and you are a positive person of attitude with expectations and hope and kindness, and you're growing and you're building until you build so much that your present circumstances can no longer hold you and you have to bust out loose and you find yourself soaring for the skies. That is the substance of which greatness is made. And I know you don't want mediocrity or ordinary or average or just plain old normal. Am I talking to the right person? If this is you, say I. Can you see yourself as being a success that is great and powerful so you can help others, so you can reach out and touch the world instead of being a burden on the world? Were you born to be great? Say I. Okay, this is it. You have to get an A in the right areas. You have to get an A in the right areas. So with that, I just want to suggest to you as we get ready to close this conversation that there is much that you have to do. You see, it is necessary to have attitude that comes out of an aptitude or produces an aptitude that generates an altitude. But then sometimes when you become really successful, it can get to your head and you might think you're all that and be arrogant. You've seen people who are bright and smart and have money and have influence and they're arrogant and people don't like them. Here's the thing that will keep you grounded. It's another one of those kinds of words. It's called gratitude. gratitude. Please, at all costs, every step of your way, be thankful. When you have no money and no fine things to show, be grateful to God for oxygen. When you have fine clothing, dress up and go take care of people. When you have influence, go back to your school. Even before you get the money, go back to your school and thank your teachers, the same ones who pressured you. Go and say, Mr. Simpson, thank you so much. You know, Mr. Simpson, when I was here, I must confess to you that I used to call this place Mr. Simpson, you're going to have to forgive me, but I used to call this place Belmont Academy because it was so hard. But I now realize that it is Belmont Academy because I've gained from it. Thank you, teachers. And go back and help the children to know that there's hope for them, that they need to stay. When you get your money, reach out and touch. Bring them some scholarships for their food and for their books and so forth. If you have gratitude, it will make you not only a successful person financially, economically, but also emotionally and socially, and you have great fulfillment. You have dreams, don't you? You have hopes, don't you? You have expectations, don't you? Well, if you do, please get an A in your life in the areas that matter. And when you go, take that pressure and that structure and that toughness from Belmont with you. When you go to college, for example, you're going to find that children are wasting time. They're smoking things they shouldn't smoke. They're taking drugs. They're going to parties all the time. And you need to say, no. I didn't come here to play. I came here to make something of myself because I have hopes and expectations of my life. I'll tell you, my grandmother taught me that if a man does not work, he should not eat. And I like to eat, so I work hard. When I want to go fishing in the sea outside of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, I have to have a good day. I have to work hard so that play becomes a reward. Play is not an end in itself. It's something that you reward yourself for, just like you fall asleep and feel good when you're tired from having worked hard. When you have those principles, when you take the toughness and the strictness of Belmont with you into the world, that discipline will drive you to the place where your present system cannot hold you and you must bust out with wings and soar into the heavens. Belmont, I'm so proud of you. Graduates of Belmont, congratulations again. You have gotten to the day where the doorway of life is open to you. Walk through it with confidence, with a good heart. Work hard, trust in God, and nothing of circumstance will stop you from being a success to touch the world. To touch the world. That's what I have. Oh, by the way, one last quick thing. Principal talked about this book. I want to share this with you. Today, how would you like to get a copy of the book, If Caterpillars Can Fly, So Can I, that has all the details, the how-to make this work? If you would like to get a copy of If Caterpillars Can Fly, raise your hand. Would you like to get a copy, your own copy today? Raise your hand. Now, I have to warn you, I don't know if Mr. Simpson is going to want me to tell you this, but I have to tell you this, okay? You shouldn't read this book. You probably should not read this book. If you're the kind of person who likes to have everything peaceful and easygoing and wonderful and calm, don't read this book. The reason is because when you read this book, it's going to get down into your belly and it's going to disturb you. Down into your belly bottom, this book is going to stir up something into you. Excuse me when I tell you this. This book is written in simple 8th grade language, but when you read it, something will ignite in you of the caliber of fire in the belly. So if you like your life easygoing and smooth and so forth, and you don't want any trouble inside, do not even touch this book. But if you know inside your belly that you have dreams that must be fulfilled before you die, if you go to bed at night and you envision a possibility of the future that's glorious and wonderful and magnetic, if you know that you have places to go to touch the world, you're going to go home tonight and you're going to read at least the first 2 chapters. You're going to get them under your belt tonight because they're going to ignite, you're going to kindle in you a fire that will put you on a trajectory that will give you the steps necessary to be big and bold and beautiful, large and influential by working on you from the inside. So if you're that person, the last thing I will say to you, enjoy. Do you know why? Because when you were born to fly, nothing less will satisfy. Congratulations again. Have a wonderful and a blessed day.